Joining me now are John Carlos Frey, who wrote an investigative piece on Escondido's partnership with ICE. He did so with funding from the Nation Institute and Escondido Police Chief Jim Maher. John, let's start with you. Tell us what happens on the financial side of this program. Once the cars were impounded in the past from these unlicensed drivers, what happened? What fees kicked in? Who profited? How much money was made?
We took a look at three different distinct areas. One, the City of Escondido receives grant money from the state of California to run the checkpoints. Two, they receive money from impound fees, which they charge the vehicle owners. And three, they make money from tow contractors, tow companies that actually tow for the City of Escondido. And in all three areas, we found discrepancies in their own documents. We obtained spreadsheets and information from the tow companies themselves via the contracts. And we took a look at a padding of expenses and reimbursable cost, which seemed exorbitant.
Now, I should say, up until the start of this year, these cars were subject to a 30-day mandatory impound. That is no longer happening. Jim Maher, to implement this program, you received $350,000 from the state's Office of Traffic Safety. Under the terms of the grant, you're not supposed to profit from the program. Your department receives $450,000 annually from towing companies who participate in the program. According to a department report released last year, it shows that towing expenses included bulletproof vests, weapons, wear and tear on cell phones. Why do you need bulletproof vests for a towing program like this?
Well, because it's standard equipment that the officers wear, bullet-resistant vests. As far as John's statement that in all three categories he found padding, you know, the fact is the OTS grants, we lowered what we charge people at the OTS grants because some of the cost to us is reimbursed from the state, the federal funding. So what we've done actually is admirable. You know, we went from $180 down to $100 only at our OTS grant-funded checkpoints.
But why did you lower those expenses?
Because I thought it was fair. I thought it was unfair that it costs us $180 to tow a car, you know, with officer's salary and benefits and equipment, but we're reimbursed about $80 of that from the state. Now, I'm not aware if other agencies in California have done the same thing, where they have a second lower fee for their OTS grant tows, but we do because it just seemed to me it was the right thing to do. Why should you get charged for the officer's salary if your car is towed at a checkpoint when we're also being reimbursed from the state? It was just wrong, so we, as soon as I realized it, we stopped it.
So after reading John's piece, the question has to be asked, is the Escondido Police Department illegally profiting from this program? Absolutely
not. Absolutely not. We like every other law enforcement agency, we have to provide an accounting of what our cost is, right down to the Xeroxing of reports, the work for the records clerk, the tow liaison, etc. And based on that, and I don't control that, it's not something the police chief sets his policies by. The revenue that we bring in or don't bring in is not my concern. You know, my concern is making the road safer. And so I don't have anything to do with whether or not we make a profit or don't make a profit.
The ACLU is calling for an independent audit of this program. Would you be willing to open up the department's books to auditors?
We don't have books. we don't have the books that you're talking about. If they want to know what our contracts are, we can give them that. If they want to know what we use to justify the cost for the tow contract, of course we will. You know, and they know that they can have that through Public Records Act requests, but they don't need to do that. Just ask for it, we will give it to them.
Chief Maher, Escondido Police Department is the only police department in the country that has partnered up with Immigration, Customs, and Enforcement at these DUI checkpoints. What was the thinking behind creating this partnership?
Well, the thinking basically was to make the city safer. And I think anybody that understands what that partnership is, without all the rhetoric and the slanting, would know that it does make the city safer, and that's why we received the national award from the ICE director, John Morton, back in Chicago in October. Basically, our policy is this: the ICE officers work with us. They don't go to our checkpoints. They don't drive in our police cars. because there is a concern about the perception of the community. But what they do is, if we encounter someone who we can legally detain and we suspect is in the country illegally, if they have a criminal conviction, then we turn them over to ICE and they get deported. In many other locations, in fact, in most other locations, someone, let's say, who lives next door to you, who's been convicted of burglary or child molest or worse, if there is worse, could do their time, be deported, return to this country illegally, and remain here. You can't do that in Escondido.
John, most police departments conduct their checkpoints at night. Based on your investigation, when is Escondido Police conducting these checkpoints, and what are they finding? How many unlicensed, undocumented drivers are they finding versus drunk drivers?
There are no real statistics about undocumented immigrants and how many are deported from the city of Escondido. At least they've not been provided to me. The city of Escondido runs the OTS-funded checkpoints as required. They start at 6 p.m. at night and they finish somewhere around midnight. But the city of Escondido does participate in other checkpoints that are funded by themselves. And some of those are vehicle safety checkpoints where they also do check for a driver's license. And that is during the daytime, and it can be during the morning hours at their discretion. As far as the funding is concerned, the documents that the chief has suggested that he would give to the ACLU, he has not provided to me. Through public records requests, I have repeatedly asked the city for documents about tow contracts, about the impound fees. If you ask the chief when he reduced that $180 fee to $100, it's within the past year. They've been running OTS checkpoints for the past 8 years. That fee should have been reduced a long time ago.
Chief Maher, John says he's asked for certain documents and hasn't received them.
He hasn't asked me. I've had phone conversations with John over the months. He's never made that request to me or to our community outreach liaison, who was specifically asked to be the liaison with John to help him anything he needed for this documentary, etc. And I want to point out to you, too, here's the proposal for this, and it says, a nationwide media advocacy campaign to raise awareness about the discriminatory and racially motivated practices of the Escondido City Council and the Escondido Police Department. Clearly, this was not an unbiased investigative journalism piece. This gentleman came in here with the intention of finding this to be discriminatory and racially motivated and to further divide our city. And that's something that I'm very much upset with, because we work hard to keep our city undivided. And these kind of stories are what makes it so difficult for us.
Two really quick questions. Would you be willing to provide him those documents now? And John, does your request for information characterize some bias?
I'm not sure how numbers can be biased. My reporting is specifically on the dollar amounts that the city of Escondido has obtained through checkpoints, through OTS funding, through the impounding of vehicles. It's fact-based. If they would like to refute my findings on the basis of fact, I'm happy to take a look at the documents that they would provide me. If I've made errors in my reporting, I'm happy to correct them. These are numbers. These are dollar amounts. There's no racial bias in a bottom-line dollar amount. The city of Escondido has increased their labor charges to tow cars 600% from 2007 to 2011 without explanation. And I have the document that proves that. That's from their own documentation, not mine.
Chief Maher, I want to jump ahead
Sure.
a little bit to public policy. In the past, Escondido has come under fire for unfairly targeting Latinos by some groups. In 2006, they implemented a policy that would require landlords to ask for proof of legal residency before they rented to people. How would you characterize your department's relationship with the Latino community?
Our relationship is excellent. I think that's pretty apparent by the fact that since I've been chief, our Latino population has grown from a minority population to a majority population. Secondly, none of the things accuse us of being, or are accurately accusing us of targeting Latinos. The rental ordinance and other issues were aimed at illegal immigrants, not at Latinos.
And Chief Maher, again, so are you willing to provide the documents that John is asking for?
Yeah, I mean, I suspect we already have, since he has charts and documents, but anything he claims he hasn't had or has been given it as he asked for, of course we give it to. We have nothing to hide.
The police department actually told me the documents don't exist, and I'm happy to provide the chief with those emails that came back from the police department saying the documents do not exist.
Well, if he's regarding the document where we lowered the fee there probably isn't a document for that because I just directed that because I thought it was fair. And I would turn to John and say, before you criticize us for not doing it sooner, answer this question. How many other agencies charge less for OTS-funded impound fees than they do for others?
We're not talking about any other
And
agency.
gentlemen, we're going to have to end it there.
Thank you.